la tànn ngay sama baby. Est-ce que wóor na ma jox la sama xol bi?
jox ma sa xol baby, jox na la sama xol. I don't say,
yow laa doon seet gis naa la. Yow laa doon seet. Yow laa doon seet gis naa la.
yow laa doon seet gis naa la.
may mu xam naa ne ñi ma bëgg bari nañu lool. waaye li ma leer ba leer mooy sama xol yaa ci ne.
li ma leer ba leer mooy dem naa fu ne gis naa lu ne yow la gaana looloo waral wiri wiri jari ndaare. yaa jëli bëgg na bekkaay.
Bekkaay bëgg na Jambi.
Bun Njaay bëgg na Stephanie.
Stephanie bëgg na Bun Njaay.
Dudu Mbay bëgg na mama. Mama bëgg na Dudo. Kumba Jeng bëgg na Cheikhu.
Cheikhu bëgg na Kumba.
Dudu Mbay bëgg na Roxeya.
Roxeya bëgg na Moodu.
Aji Ami bëgg na Sirifo. Sirifo bëgg na Imi.
yow laa bëgg yow laa miin.
yow laa loo. yaa jama bëgg na Oti.
Oti bëgg na Jama.
Ngene bëgg na Jatu.
Jatu bëgg na Nene.
yaa ma job bëgg na Amadou.
Amadou bëgg na Yama.
Sol Sow bëgg na Ami Njaay. Ami bëgg na Sol Sow. jox ma sa xol baby, jox na la sama xol. lii ñu waat ñu bëggante ànd ci bëggeel. bul ma bàyyi benn yoon, duma la musa bàyyi. lu ñu mënti wax ak lu ñu mën a def yow laa ti yow laa tànn.
ma ne fu ma mënti ne baby. yaay sama laay. Boy, I'm crazy in love with you. You are my man. Boy, I'm crazy in love with you. I love you. Aduma, chili malatana, ngay sama baby. Est-ce que wóor na la sama xol bi mbaa juumuma ci li ma la tànn ngay sama baby est-ce que wóor na ma jox la sama xol bi
jox ma sa xol baby jox na la sama xol I don't say, you I don't say, it's not love.
I don't say,
it's not love. I don't say, it's not love. It's not love.
may bu xam naa ne ñi ma bëgg bari nañu lool waaye li ma leer ba leer mooy sama xol yaa ci ne
li ma leer mooy dem naa fu ne gis naa lu ne yow la gaana looloo waral wiiri jari ndaare yaa jëli bëgg na bekkaay
bekkaay bëgg na jaali
bun njaay bëgg na Stephanie
bëgg na bun njaay
Dudu Mbay bëgg na mama bëgg na Dudo Kumba Jeng bëgg na Cheikhu
bëgg na Kumba
Dudu Mbay bëgg na Roxeya
bëgg na Moodu
Aji Ami bëgg na Sirifo bëgg na Imi
yow laa bëgg yow laa miin
yow laa loo yaa jama bëgg na Oti
Oti bëgg na Jaama
Ngene bëgg na Jatu
Jatu bëgg na Nene
yaa ma jox bëgg na Amadou
Amadou bëgg na Yaama
Sol Sow bëgg na Ami Njaay Ami bëgg na Sol Sow.
Hi and welcome to the Senbiance VIP magazine. Of course, it's yet another edition of the Students Platform panel discussion segment coming to you at this time. And of course, before we go further, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Palain Gay. With me, from my immediate right, I have Umar A. Baji, an EPS lecturer from the Gambia College School of Education. And from my far left, I have Bambo Bayo, of course, graduate assistants from the University of the Gambia. And last but not the least, I have Mohamed A. Diallo, a student from the Gambia College School of Education. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Yes, today we are going to have another interesting, of course, topic of discussion. And we are looking at the topic that reads, should teacher trainees from the Gambia College be allowed to teach examination classes of grade 9 or grade 12? I repeat, should teacher trainees from the Gambia College be allowed to teach examination classes of grade 9 or grade 12? So, firstly, I would like to engage Mohamed A. Jallo. As you all know, he's a student currently at the Gambia College. He's studying the advanced diploma, and I think this is an opportunity for him to express or shed light on the topic. I have questions for him, and the question read: as you know, the Gambia College is one of the biggest tertiary institutions in the Gambia that offers training to the would-be teachers who are supposed to serve in the Gambia basic and secondary schools. And since from inception, the institution has been doing very well to train countless number of teachers, including myself, Umar Ebaji, and Bambo. Now, in terms of service delivery in schools, is it normal to have a system in place where the ongoing teacher trainees are placed or asked to teach examination classes of grade 9 or 12? What's your reflection on that, Mohamed?
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Gay. First of all, I would say good day to all the viewers. It's another opportunity being here at Senbiance TV with us as the students' platform. Rightly introduced by the introduction of the topic by the coordinator, Mr. Gay. That's an important question. Should I have to consider myself, should we as teacher trainees as of now be allowed to control examination classes, let's say grade 9s and 12? My stance is yes, of course. Why is that? It's because you as a trainee, when you are taken to your various schools, you are eager to get that experience that you need, because at the end of the day, you need to be called a qualified teacher. Of course, there's something they have to put into consideration, that is the certificate you will be having. But the knowledge, actually, what you gain, of course, would more preferable than that certificate to me. So, if you are allowed to take examination classes, it's like you're going to gather. You have, wherever you have to get that experience, but you have to go out there and look for a whole heap of it to be able to help that examination class you are giving. So because what you'll be having in mind is that this examination class depends so much on me, so let me find means to be able to help them. So of course, you start being in that examination class, you have also once sit as a student like them, whether grade 9 or 12, and you've undergone that situation. So it's like even with little experiences with you to be able to have something for them in terms of how to deal with certain questions. Of course, you might not have the broad knowledge of the syllabus content, but with past papers as they are available, you'll be able to go through that and be able to solve questions, a lot of it. As I always do, when I'm solving questions with examination classes, what I tell them is, please do not depend on these questions saying similar of this or exact of these questions are coming, because what I learned from WAEC is that they have bank of questions. So they don't just depend on on various questions that they've been setting. But what I understood also is that they always try to take similarities from the past 3-4 years, and then they set questions out of that. So when I'm doing this revision with these examination classes, what I do is, I will take, for example, if the year is 2017, I will start revision from 2012. 2012, coming towards 2016, we will finish every past paper, regarding those years. So I will tell them, do not focus on this question, but these questions we solve will help you a lot in terms of the questions that WAEC might set. So with that, it's also helped me as the teacher trainee to get broad knowledge of the questions and be able to be
the style of questions.
The style of questions. And in case I'm once a qualified teacher, when I'm given the opportunity to be able to even look for examination questions for students, I'll be able to do so. So on my side, it's an advantage for you as a teacher trainee to be given these examination classes to teach. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Just to remind you, you are watching the Senbiance VIP magazine, and it's the students platform joint panel discussion segment, and my name is Palain Gay. Yes, next is Mr. Baji. Of course, Mr. Baji, as I said, is an EPS, or Education and Professional Study lecturer, lecturing at the Gambia College. Of course, EPS, we all know, is an intensive area that requires critical thinking, and the list goes on. So I want to ask Omar. Omar, in your own view, what will be your stand on the topic?
On this discussion, I think one we have to acknowledge that TTs that have been released from the Gambia College are released to go and be attached to a qualified teacher in the classroom, or to be attached to a particular teacher who teaches the same area as you are expected to teach. And in that light, you will see that the college is not expecting to see teachers to go to the schools and handle classes only by themselves.
Okay.
They expect them to be attached
To experienced teachers.
those people who are already in the system. But notwithstanding, we understand that some schools do not have the, enough human resource as required. So, and in such, you find out that is not always the option. The available TT in the school becomes the immediate option. Such, I think there is some level of compliance in that. But then, looking at it generally, to my own opinion as well, we have to also take cognizance that some of these TTs who have been released, actually some of them have covered a good content area to be able to handle a class. Reflecting back to our time when we were having the ATC program, it's like you spend 2 years in the college and then 1 year in the field. So to my opinion, at that level, you realize that once you are released as a TT, you are even automatically a qualified teacher. Simply because once you go on your TP, immediately when you finish your TP, then you don't go back to the college to learn further in order to come back. You see, it's like there is automatic qualification.
Okay.
Once you finish your teaching practice, you are qualified. So in that case, it's like, in fact, the issue of calling them TT at the time, one time it caused issues in schools, like in the school where I was, where students were told that these people are
Teacher trainees
and the like. And they get into the class, if you're talking to them and the like, they will not even give you that respect and so forth. And then they will end up seeing you like you are not even qualified. So once that exposure is there, it's always a problem for learners to be able to build that interest to listen to you.
During the ATC or during
our ATC program.
How about now that we have the advanced diploma and the diploma?
I think it's like a lot of people are resolving into such type of introduction when you have teachers to tell them that they are not qualified or they are on their training and so forth. But then it used to cause a lot of problem. In fact, there was a time that I had to, as a senior teacher, to go back, call assembly, and then tell them that we are not qualified.
Okay, now the system in place at the Gambia College is when you start the diploma program or the advanced diploma program, I don't know whether it's after 1 year or 2 years that you will be sent to go to school or be posted to schools to teach, sort of.
Exactly. It's like the system now in place is just like the initial program that we have with this with this summer program, where you go to the field and the like. But now we're operating on trimester base, and then the trimester base is just like you will spend a trimester in the campus. Then the second trimester you go to the field. The third one you come back to the campus. Then the subsequent year, the fourth one you go to the field and come back. But one thing that I also want to say here is you will realize that we have now advanced diploma program, and that these people are receiving course-based instruction. They're receiving course instead of self. So it's more or less when you looked at it, because advanced diploma is almost bachelor's degree level. So they are trained in such a manner, just like universities are training their course base and so on. So actually, to me, once they get into the field, they should be able to deliver like any other person. But then not all, because if the college, you will realize that they have differences in abilities and so forth, right? And then I have also observed just recently when I went on observation that there is always selection. When they go to the school, the principals normally call them, talk to them and tell them that we have this class and like, we think we can handle this class. And some of them, based on their ability and the confidence that they have in them, they will be able to tell them, yes, we can do it. And then you'll find out that they're doing it very well. To me, sometimes I will see that, in fact, they go the extra mile than, the experienced teacher that, we refer to. And in that, I think they need to be motivated and they can do it.
All right, as I used to say, old brooms knows the corner, but new brooms can also sweep very, very well. My next question goes to Mr. Bambo Bayo. Mr. Bayo, by virtue of your teaching experience, I think you've been in the system, both in the secondary and tertiary institution as a lecturer or teacher. If I may ask you, technically, is it fitting or befitting to encourage teacher trainees to take up or to accept teaching and examination class of grade 9 or grade 12?
Thank you very much, Pat. Good afternoon, our wonderful viewers. This is the Students Platform on the Senbiance VIP Magazine TV. Yes, regarding your question, if it is a yes or no question, then I will tell you no. Remember, we are talking of teacher trainees.
Okay.
So therefore, they are under training and they are not yet teachers.
Okay.
And then, irrespective of whether you spend 2 years and then you go on your teaching practice, or you spend just a semester and you go on your teaching practice, the yardstick to measure who is qualified and who is not qualified is the certificate. So this is certified. So based on that, I would advise any school to allow the students to teach.
The student teachers.
In quotation, to teach a class, to be responsible of the class. So if you advise me, just like Badi mentioned, they will be assigned to teachers responsible for teaching the students. The reason being, most of the time, examination classes, this is almost towards the end of the program. Probably the teacher that has been handling them from the beginning up to this point, they are used to the teacher's methodology. They are used to the teacher's personality. They know what type of person is.
And those teachers also know their strengths and weaknesses.
Those teachers also know the individual students. So they will be able to provide individual assistance to the student because they've been interacting with
them. Yeah.
So based on that, I will say
okay, thank you.
I will say no.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Bayo. We are running out of time, almost coming to the end of the program. But what I will do now is to engage them to say their last words. Firstly, I will go back to Mr. Baji. Yes, Baji, your final say on the topic.
Thank you very much. I think it is important that we have an open mind. Sometimes the reality, once you are to look at the reality, you'll find out that there is no option. And, despite what, I think we don't need to have a strict ruling that, let's say, they should not pay or they should pay. But where it necessitates for them to take a class, let us see them as people who are capable of handling the class, because that's the only time that the interest driven for you to learn will able to surface.
Sure,
But once you're seeing that this guy is not qualified, so not handle. In fact, the interest for you to concentrate or listen to will be a problem. And I think at all cost, of course, whether, like Bambo said, the paper, of course, yes, the paper signifies whether you are qualified. And that's paper. Sometimes, what is on the paper is not always what is replicated. And then let us bear in mind of some of those things. And then let's think widely. Let's think widely and, avoid thinking narrowly. And then to make sure that we help system move forward.
So,
thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bayi. Yes, Mohamed, your final reflection on the topic.
Of course, I would have to add a little thing pertaining to what Mr. Bayi was saying, that the TTs should not be given the whole class as a whole to monitor or to teach. But what about in the sense that you have been attached to a particular teacher, and that teacher would be happy to receive you. After receiving you, that teacher might not even escort you to the specific class. What he or she does is to give you the timetable that these are the days that I have that class, so the class is yours. From that day on, that teacher, of course, is like a burden have been released on him.
So some will not even attend classes.
You are dedicated alone to be going to that class. So as I was saying, of course, when
I think that is very common in the primary school, in the lower basic school. Although we are talking about examination class.
It's common everywhere, I guess. It's common everywhere. So yes.
If I come in there, we are talking of an ideal situation.
Sure.
We are not talking of those abnormalities that happen behind the scenes. In an ideal situation, where all the teachers are in place, the students should be attached. Why are they teacher trainees? If they are completely qualified, we don't need to call them teacher trainees. So the reason, you see, the issue of Badi saying we need to look at it from a broader perspective. Like I limit myself to the topic. Should we give them the class to handle a subject in an examination class? You're talking of an ideal situation
where we have enough teachers on the ground.
Know the potential of that student because he's just coming, and the college has no report to say he's the best student, he can handle it. They just send it to the school. So when in a staff meeting, through your observation, after 1 week, after 2 weeks, then the school will have the confidence whether we can give him that class or not. But in an ideal situation where they are just coming as students, I think the most important thing first is attach them to a teacher through that observation. They are learning. The teacher also is learning from the abilities of that student teacher. Then eventually he will have the confidence to say, okay, I think he can handle this class even if I am not present. But in an ideal situation, there should be
I guess
there should not be giving.
I now understood your point more than before. Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
That's simply quite important like that. Anyways, I was Mohamed Ejalo. I would like to stop here for today. Till we come your way next time. This was Senbiance VIP magazine.
Thank you. Yes.
I am Bambo Bayo. Until we meet you another time. Thank you very much.
Omar Ibaji saying bye-bye till we come your way next time.
Okay, thank you, viewers. That does it for our today's edition of the Students Platform Panel Discussion segment. Once again, my name is Pala Ngay. Follow us. We will be coming frequently to have this platform on the Senbiance VIP magazine. Bye-bye and have a nice day. Thank you. Hi and welcome to the Senbiance VIP magazine. Of course, it's yet another edition of the Students Platform Panel Discussion segment coming to you at this time.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Teachers, students, and distinguished guests. I am delighted to be with you today on this commemoration of your 60th anniversary and for the graduation of students successfully completed their grade 12 program over the past few years. I thank the school for the honor bestowed on me to be the guest of honor on this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment of pride and honor to the school management, students, parents, and beloved ones. I would like to take this opportunity to express my deepest and sincere gratitude to the school administration and staff for their endless effort in offering well-defined and quality education to students over the last 60 years. I would like of history here. Gambia Senior Secondary School was first founded in 1876 in Dobson Street, Banjul, by Wesleyan Christian missionaries. It was later changed to the Methodist Boys High School in 1898. The Girls High School in 1915. In 1959, the boys and girls high schools were merged to create the Gambia High School and relocated to Boxbar Road, where we are now. The school was renamed to Gambia Senior Secondary in 1994. The first president of this country, Alhaji Sadauda Kereba Jawara, was a graduate of this school. Therefore, the school must be highly applauded and commended as an. Of course, we managed to solve our problems by ourselves, answer our own question, and live as we wish daily, but no one can deny that we draw strength and motivation from our parents, teachers, friends, and beloved ones. They all play a vital role in our lives and successful start. We're here today to commemorate this amazing and event due to the hard work of the school administration, teachers, governing body, staffs, and to see the ceremony unfold in history. For that, I thank services. It is difficult to purport what the situation was like for the first students who enrolled here 60 years ago. However, we can be certain that their teachers, just like now, would have delegated themselves to see the success and achievements of their students. Graduates, this is the beginning of a new era of your lives and not the end of your academic journey. It is time to think deep and make connections in knowledge, solutions, even when it is hard. Boys and girls, look beyond your immediate horizons and borders. By being tolerant, accept diversity, be cultural sensitive, and learn other cultures as we are one. Your life is not determined but how you survive. I wish the Gambia Senior Secondary School the best for the next 60 years of successful headlines. To the principal, the teachers and parents, I convey my sincere and thank you for your wonderful effort in guiding our young men and women in whom we can entrust our beloved Gambia. Congratulations once again to all graduates, and I wish you the very best future. Thank you all.
Saying goodbye to one another put a pain in my heart. Having my heart be past peaceful in my eyes and sorrow even and bad I know. But the child and the ambulance we will lose. The joy and the gossip we will miss it. See, it is sad to let go all happiness because of distance. 3 years, not 3 days. For the public school. In any ways, goodbye, goodbye to all of you.
Saying goodbye to my friends and my teachers makes my heart a lot. To the fact that I will believe in them. Some I will never see them again. Some will die and leave me in this world, or I may die and leave them in this world.
It must be us in our teachers. Through them, we gain knowledge. Together, are our best parents. And the teachers are those that tolerate mistakes that are deliberate. Those that lift us up to rise inside us to a failure, making us believe that it's not the end. Those that motivate, encourage, sanction us to do greater than those that are creatively, innovatively, critical, independent with the ability to guide us how to succeed in life. We all know that not two brains are the same. Each will have a different strength, different need, different gift, and different needs. But teachers bring out the spirit of each and every student and our different dreams. Do you know that teachers have the most important job in the planet? So a great teacher can reach a high student and allow they often get blamed. But let's keep moving. Because while teachers are 20% of our population, students are 100% of our future. So let's attain to their dreams. Then and only then shall we live in a peaceful world. This is a world in which I believe. So goodbye.
A chapter has closed for a new one to flow. The journey that was set has now come to an end. The brick that made the step, the flood that walked the floor, the memories that grabbed the heart. A story to be written today. The story of to tell you a story.
See, people say when Gambia High was Gambia High, when teachers were teachers, when parents were parents and students were students, everything was alright. But I say Gambia High is still Gambia High. Teachers are still teachers. Parents are still parents. Students are still students, and Gambia sings for excellence. See, my deepest regrets are my inability to compel time to help. It freezes my heart but never kills my desire. My heart anchor jewels and the carries of a beautiful African queen sworn me of my blood. Those never swept me off my feet. See, my deepest regrets that will settle my heart and soul forever will be the day I will bid farewell to you. I never wanted to say goodbye, but I must. For if for destiny, time, and nature, then I shall never say goodbye. For my heartache is to say goodbye to the great people of the mighty Gambia Senior Secondary School. If blindness leads us not, you all will bear me witness them, the subjects of the mighty Gambia Senior Secondary School. How? Ever be doing great. So goodbye.
Our lives may change in the way, but the friendship and love will never change, whether in the day or in the night. For your hearts will always shine bright as we say our goodbye. For all the years of education and the years of learning, all the years of struggle and the beautiful memories we share, the unforgettable days with of struggle and strife. But today, you have finally achieved your way. For all the years of hard work and dedication, all the years of perseverance. But today, you have finally achieved. When success is determined by different movements, and some will stay. Some will be remembered, but some will be forgotten. So if this is the way that life is, so let no tears burst. Let no heart ache as we hold our hands to say our goodbye. So goodbye.
I never took it seriously when few years back, my mom used to advise me on seriousness, determination, motivation, aspiration and inspiration that leads the way to success. Has a beginning, and every beginning has an ending. See, I now believe that sometimes we find ourselves in situations that our destinies is divine, but our hearts will never accept. I will not deny I am a graduate, but I'm not happy of being a graduate who is actually saying goodbye to school life. Goodbye to the beautiful and magnificent moments I had with friends. Goodbye to the rough and interactive moments I had with teachers. Saying the word goodbye today, my heart sinks in the deepest river of soul. So goodbye. Goodbye by the prolific rank. That is Senior Secondary School, produced by Aqua, Prophetic Voice.
Thank you for our own. We make musicians, and every year we give wonderful musicians opportunity. Let's see some of the musicians you have made in town to give you the best.
Inside my blood, the feeling I'm feeling, it's running inside my veins. Never get wonder how the green is millions miles away. Consita come. Hey, your custom, your tradition. Let's do it all day. Your custom, your tradition. Let's do it all day. Hey, Nakaro Killer. No, Namana came over. One time, hey, God, I love you so. Everybody, everybody. Everybody, everybody. Everybody, everybody. Everybody, everybody. Everybody, everybody. Hold on, baby. One time. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all having me here, man. I love you all.
And we shall introduce them to you one after the other. Mr. Marcel Mendy. Mr. Marcel Mendy was formerly a student of this school and now with the Gambia Council. Shall we welcome Mr. Marcel Mendy? Thank you. Now you have attitude of talking when it comes to speeches. Change your attitude before you go to hell. Now to introduce Adama Ba. Adama Ba. Speaker.
First of all, I would love to say Alhamdulillah for giving me this opportunity to witness this amazing day. Honorable citation for the guest speaker for the 2019 graduation and 60th anniversary of Gambia Senior known as Gambia High, otherwise Dekabi High. I am speaking. I am indeed very delightful to stand on history about Madam Anna Senseka. Our guest speaker, Madam Anna Senseka, was born on the 3rd June in 1977. She attended St. Joseph from 1992. She then proceeded to Gambia High from 1993 to 1997. Upon completing her high school, she then proceeded to the university in United States to earn her bachelor degree in computer engineering. In 1998, she then enrolled to the University of Maryland, College Park, to earn her master's degree in electrical engineering, focusing. Upon returning from studies, Madam Anseka has manifested the love that she has for her country by coming back to the Gambia to use her real knowledge. That is to say, in 2002 to 2007, Madam Anseka became the senior technical manager in Quantinet Network Company Limited. 2009 to 2016, she became the data manager in QCell Company Network. Madam Anseka is indeed very skillful in computer engineering, such as programming and language. She is also expert in microprocessor architecture, etc. She is also a founding member in JAM6 that promoted architecture, science, mathematics, engineering, and the likes. She is also a member of Japan Jigen that promoted the government to. Well, wonderful listeners, this is all what I have for Madam Senseka, and I would love to give you a hug if you don't mind.
You can do it better. Shall we appreciate her? Welcome the speaker to the podium. Tatule.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Thank you, Adama, for that kind introduction. Good afternoon, Board of Directors, representatives from MOPSI, principal, teachers. I am greatly honored and flattered to have been asked to speak at this wonderful occasion. First of all, congratulations to all the students graduating today. You should be very proud of yourselves for accomplishing this goal and passing through one of the many milestones of your life. Well done. I know you must be all excited to receive your certificates, the next chapter of your lives. To the teachers and families of those graduating today, congratulations to you too. You should know that your support through this process made an enormous impact on the lives of these young adults. I will give you a brief background about myself and how being passionate and determined has been integral. 26 years ago, in 1993, I was standing in this very school grounds, graduating from my GCE O-level class. I remember feeling excited and that I would finally become an adult and have the so-called freedom I thought came with it. I had no clue what life had to offer, but I knew I wanted to. Since there was no university in the Gambia at that time, the only option was to enroll at a university outside of the country. Unfortunately, neither my parents nor guardians could afford to pay for a university education then, so I was advised to attend the sixth form. I studied computer engineering at the University of Bridgeport, and I luckily got accepted to start the program in August 1994. Throughout my childhood, I was always very good in maths and science-related subjects, so I knew I wanted to study engineering. I randomly chose computer engineering field at that time, and I knew that I did not want to study either electrical or mechanical engineering. During that time, it was not very common for women to pursue careers in ICT, but having a mother who was an advocate for girls' education, she instilled in me that no career choice was off limits. Being one of 6 girls, my mother was an educationist. Most powerful ways to enable a woman to achieve her full potential. She also instilled values of hard work and perseverance, and her support and encouragement helped me get to where I am today. I randomly selected computer engineering. My passion for it quickly developed during my university studies, and I grew to love programming and other related computer courses. Despite all the challenges, I was determined to succeed, not an option. I successfully completed my bachelor's degree with first-class honors in 1998 and was awarded a full fellowship to study a master's degree in computer engineering of Maryland. After achieving my master's degree, I decided to move back home because I felt it was my duty to dedicate my career in improving and transforming ICT in the Gambia. In most countries, the information and communication technology sector is still perceived as a male industry. Most men hold most of the top jobs while women are level ICT occupations. I am proud to say that I've beaten the odds. Many times during my career, but when you're at the table and you have a problem to solve together, nobody looks at your gender. It's all about what you can contribute. I'm glad to say that being passionate about what I do, I am today. I'm sure you must be wondering why I keep talking about being passionate. What is it really to be passionate? Being passionate is simply loving something and striving. Having passion for work gives people purpose. Without purpose, people drift through life not achieving their goals. Right now, most of you of what you really want to do and haven't figured out what you're passionate about. Finding what you're passionate about is a journey in itself. Don't be frustrated if you don't feel like you know yet. Keep trying new things. It will come even if you have to build it. For example, if you're good in maths and physics,